Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Brandon from Audio Addiction. I have literally been sitting here for multiple minutes trying to, I would record a part of this video and then delete it, say my piece, record it, delete it again. And I feel like it's hard to put words into this. Literally in the last take, I was just like bawling my eyes out, and maybe I might bawl my eyes out in this take if you wind up seeing it. Um, but I feel like I gotta preface this video with, thank you guys. This has been an amazing 7 years of doing YouTube. I don't typically make videos like this, not because I don't feel like they're necessary or anything, but this time I felt like this video was really important to make, and I wanted to release it on the date of starting YouTube and starting the channel and starting this journey because, um, very easily I could have just glazed over this date and it would just mean a lot to me personally and maybe not to you. Not to say that you don't have any investment in the channel. It just, I know that this is an important day for me of starting my YouTube career. That's all to say that a few things kind of lined up in my life right now, and I felt the need to make a video. So obviously, as I mentioned, tomorrow, the day this is, well, I'm recording it the day before, but the day it's actually going to be released today is my 7th year anniversary of doing YouTube. And, I've had a couple friends message me about, they're like, oh my God, like, are you going to do anything special? Maybe. I haven't really decided yet if I'm going to be 100%, which I feel like I hopefully am all the time. But I really don't know what I want to do, but I knew I wanted to make this video. I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys because I don't feel like, obviously I've been posting a lot of reaction videos, a lot of live sets, a lot of interviews, but I very rarely just get to sit in front of my computer desk and just make a video talking. But that kind of also lines up with me turning 30 in like a couple weeks, and as well as that, the channel hitting like around we're pretty close to, or I'm pretty close to hitting 500,000 views of on the channel as a whole. So I would say three pretty big, well, I guess the first one not being, I guess it's a milestone. It's a milestone doing this for 7 years, turning 30, and also having the channel hit like 500,000 views. So I felt I felt more compelled than ever to do a video on this. But I want to take the time to thank, each and every one of you, whether you're a day oneer, you've been with the very early years of audio addiction, all the way till if you just found out about the channel yesterday. I appreciate you because very rarely you could spend your time doing anything else, and for the sheer fact that you decide to watch what I do and watch my craft, it's amazing. So thank you. Salutes to everyone. Seriously, it's been a really cool experience, and I hope that this doesn't give off I'm quitting YouTube, because I'm certainly not. Just very calm, cool, and collected tonight, which is a rarity for me. This also was spurred on for the sheer fact that I'm going to be turning 30 in like 2 weeks. I realized that I had been doing this channel for 7 years of my 20s, which is about like 3/4 of my 20s, which is kind of wild to me. And I think that just putting those numbers out, I was like, yeah, it's kind of like, that's kind of crazy. But now that I really think about it, I'm actually actively thinking about it as I'm trying to speak and put words into a sentence. It truly is. It truly has been a life-changing experience, and it probably truly will be a life-changing experience going further after this point as well. I never thought that this channel was going to be as big as it was. And I know that some YouTubers say that, but legitimately, after the first year, I thought about quitting YouTube and just not interviewing bands anymore. I just felt like the stress and the want wasn't there, and luckily enough, I had some really cool people in my life. I want to give a shout outs to my man Nick. You've seen him on the channel here early on, and more recently he joined me for the He Is Legends album review. But I remember him telling me, I think it was like either in November or December, and they're like, he was like, he's like, I could really tell you're really passionate about doing this. And I was like, really? You think like you can tell that through this video? And this was like, again, early years. And he was like, yeah, you just seem really stoked about it. Like, and it didn't really quite hit me right away. It was like, I'm stoked about this. Like, what does he mean by that? It didn't really kind of click with me. And then I thought to myself, well, I should probably continue doing this. This is something that, obviously I would hope that most people either think that I'm like either garbage at, or that they think I'm halfway decent at it at the very least. And I think as the years went on, I got more comfortable with knowing that, like, even if like I'm not 100%, like, I know that my passion for music will drive me to want to get bigger bands, or like to want to have a better quality of life when it comes to interviewing other artists and stuff. And it really is a snowball effect. I know a lot of people say like, oh yeah, like, you get the typical cliche of like Rome wasn't built in a day. But I genuinely feel like that's true. I think as the years went on, I really felt less bitter about like, oh my God, I can't believe like XYZ channel's bigger than mine. And like, being really comparative to other people when, I know what I'm capable of doing and the type of people that I can bring in. And, I have to realize that this is a marathon. YouTube is very much a marathon where you just do stuff and you just hope it catches the right people. And then if it does, good. If it doesn't, it just is what it is, right? But for me, the reason why I think I continued on that much more was just because music has always been a staple in my life. I will say that, like, much like most people I've had on to interview and I've talked with over the years, and still talk with, I think the main center point in a lot of people, I would imagine a lot of the reasons why people, for gravitate towards music is because, they were bullied, or they, had some things that negatively went on in their life, and they needed to find someone that can relate to them and their struggles. And I felt like that with music early on, and fortunate and lucky enough to be doing this, and I will say as well as that I probably wouldn't have met some of my closest and most loving friends doing this. I very easily could have just missed out on some really fantastic people in my life, and that would suck, I don't know what my life would be without these people, and they know who they are. But I just think it's crazy to me that if you had told me, hey, you're going to be interviewing this Japanese band, hey, you're going to be interviewing these Australian bands, hey, you're going to be interviewing this band from Sweden, hey, you're going to be interviewing this band from, like, South America, like, I wouldn't have even remotely thought about that. That wouldn't have even crossed my mind. And for the sheer fact that those things have happened, I've met plenty of homies that I've interviewed and I've had on the show, and I've met them in person. I've even had some of them stay at my house when I live with my parents, which big shout outs to my parents for allowing me to do that all these years. When I was living at home, I had the home studio downstairs, um, in my studio apartment when I lived by myself, in my other apartment where I lived by myself. Just all of these cool moments in my life, and just having some friends hang out, and like I really got close with a lot of bands that I've had on here, and it puts a smile on my face. I think I think the way that music connects people in that way, and anytime I interview bands, it just didn't, like, it doesn't, like, it clicks, but also at the same point, like, it's such a wild concept that I'm interviewing someone over video, and like we have the same musical, like, upbringing. We listen to a lot of the same artists, and like you find this camaraderie with someone you like have never met, and it's such a crazy and cool feeling. And that, I think it only fills my passion for interviewing other bands and finding new artists and people that I can, grow close with and hopefully grow together with. There's bands that I've had on multiple times on this channel, and it's been cool to see their growth. Like, I'll give a shout outs to one that's coming up. I interviewed Kelly's old band, and she was in a band, and then she broke off and did her own solo project, and now she's back again and doing her solo project again, but just like revamping it. And I thought that conversation was great because I've seen the process, I've seen the growth that she's been able to do over these years. Like, another band that I think of as well, like the Home Team, not to show for them, and obviously, the shout outs to the flag in the back, but like they were a band I had on pretty early on within like the first or second year, and now they're like now they're going to be starting off on a headliner tour. Multiple dates have sold out. And it just makes me proud to know that these people I've worked with, same with Covet, another really early adopter to the channel. The Wise Man Fears, another great band that I've had on multiple times. Shout outs to Daryl, the Ansible. I've had them on multiple times. Daryl is one of my best friends now. Shout outs to Elijah and Announcement, and he was now in, obviously his other project, Bouquet. These are all people that I talked to. Jared, across oceans. God, I'm really gonna I hope I'm not really missing anybody. God, I'm gonna feel like such a D-bag if I don't remember some of them. And then shout out to all the New Jersey bands that like helped me get my channel just like off the ground, and like interviewing them in person and going to shows and interviewing them at shows. And like, I don't want to take this for granted. And I feel like this, to me, I'm making this video so I can look back on it and be like, look at all these people that you've affected. Like, and that's not even me saying it in like a very like, oh, look at me, I'm so cool. It's just like, these are people that are in my life still, after doing this for 7 years, and it's such a crazy feeling and such a humbling feeling that people come back and want to be a part of the channel again and want to come on to be interviewed. And like, I'm always constantly finding out about really cool bands, and I feel like the content itself has just gotten, I would hope, better. If not, email me. But I would say for the most part, I think that the content has gotten much better, and I think that going from a point of being uncomfortable and not feeling that this is the path I wanted to be on, till now doing it for 7 years, is quite a crazy ride. And I think that I wouldn't have really kind of put all the pieces together until, knowing that this has consumed 7 years of my, like, basically 20s, and that I would not trade any of those years for anything. I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this. I just want to also give a shout out to Dan, Chris, and Nick, the originators of doing the podcast. We were doing that in the first year of the channel, and then that kind of fizzled out, and I'd love to bring that back in some capacity. Probably will come back at some point. But, you know, and I also want to give an extra special shout outs to Nick, because I remember my first year of doing this, and I was like, I don't know if people really care about what I do. And that's not even in like more of a narcissistic way. It was just like, I don't want to be another fish in a pond. And I just remember Nick telling me, like, just do it, man. Like, you clearly have a passion for it and you like to do it. Like, worst thing that could happen is, like, you know, it just doesn't get viewed by a lot of people, but best case scenario, it gets viewed by the people like you actually wanted to get viewed by. And I didn't really put all the pieces together at that time, but like, I want to say that it was really great advice, because obviously we're here and we're celebrating that 7 years of doing this, and it's crazy to me. I still, like, you know, we're on the 17th now. I've recorded it past my threshold date, but it's a crazy thing, and I hope that at the end of the day that I can make an impact on someone else, somebody watching this, or somebody watching some of the things that are on the channel and being like, wow, I didn't know that about this band. That's so crazy. I'm glad you were able to, like, ask the question about this, or I was so glad that you were able to, like, you know, I was so glad that you were able to, like, find something out about this band that I've always wanted to know. Or, like, this is my new favorite band, and I'm glad that I checked out your channel because I absolutely love this band now. That, like, to me, that's the biggest compliment. I don't really care if I'm, like, a huge YouTube star. I honestly don't really care if I make money doing this. I just want to make an impact on someone else. And I would hope that that's the case. And if not, I'm going to try really damn hard to make sure I make an impact on someone else. Because I know that this music has had such a profound impact on me and has changed my life so much that I hope that it can change someone else's life. Someone that's going through a hard time. Here's a band to check out that'll help you get through it. I probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for music. You know, it's that powerful to me, and I hope that sort of passion and that sort of love and admiration for heavy music shows in my videos, because I genuinely do care about it. I want to see the genre grow. It's great to see bands like Turnstile be on the Grammys. It's great that Lorna Shore is blowing up. It's great that Bad Omens sold out on their entire tour. It's just, I know how much this has affected me and how much it has really changed me as an individual. And I hope that somebody watching this or checking out the bands that I interview, I hope that they can have an influence on you and have you be inspired to either join a band, make your own music, whatever, you know. Inspiration can come from legitimately anywhere. And I don't want people to take doing this for granted, because I always think to myself, with doing the channel every year, I always think to myself, doing the channel every year, is this something that I'm still passionate about? Is this something that I still truly care about? And I hope that every year I'm doing this, it's a resounding yes, you know. And I also hope that, like, I hope that every video or every opportunity I'm making an impact or helping you find a cool band that you can go check out. And I'm hoping that I can be there for you. You know, obviously, like, parasocial relationships are very strange, but I also feel like, you know, people go through hard times, and, you know, I want to be able to feel like this is a community. Just as much as I felt welcome to be a part of this community, I want to extend that same gratitude towards you. If you're watching this, you know, I want to be able to have that sort of camaraderie. And, you know, there's plenty of times where I'm like, this YouTuber's doing great stuff. Like, why am I not doing as well? And I used to think like that, and I think it's very like, I think it's definitely a negative thought looking back on it, because there's so many other great content creators out there that are doing YouTube and making some great videos, whether it be reaction videos, other band interviews, like people who do like the press stuff. Like, big shouts to my homegirl Sam. She's killing it. She's awesome. Check out Into the Void. She inspires me to continue doing this, and I think that, and these bands that I have on inspire me to continue to do this. I'm always searching, always looking, and yeah, I just love this genre of music. I just love music in general, and if I can share my love of music with other people, you best believe I'm gonna do it. And I just want to thank you guys for the opportunity. I want to thank you for all the love, support I've gotten over these 7 years of doing this. This is just the beginning for me. I know I've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this channel, and I'm going to continue to pour all that blood, sweat, and tears into this channel as long as I can do this for. You best believe it, and when the time comes when this is over with, I can hopefully pass that mantle on to someone else that I know is gonna, take this to the end. Obviously I'm gonna be here for a bit, so don't worry. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video and just show a lot of appreciation, a lot of love, and I think that looking back on doing this for a majority of my 20s, I don't want to take it back a single day. It's been an amazing experience. And honestly, to all the bands and fans and family that have really pushed me and supported me along the way, I can't thank you enough. It honestly just, it warms the whole heart, and I hope my passion and love shows through in the types of videos that I do, because I wouldn't trade this shit for the world. Like, it's such a great experience. I get to have laughs with bands. I get to talk about really deep shit with bands, and it's just a great experience. And I hope that I get to meet more of you doing this, whether it be at a show, or if you're watching this and you're in a band and you'd love to be a part of the channel, email me, DM me. Would love to have you on. So thank you guys for watching. I know this was probably just a hodgepodge of me just chilling for how much I love you guys, but it really is damn true. Like, I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be doing this, first and foremost, if I didn't love music, but also I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't care about the scene and care about how much I want other people to find out about how dedicated and how much I love this scene. So I hope if you had spent the past 20 minutes with me watching this video, I really do appreciate it. It really does mean a lot, and I don't want to take any of my fans for granted. You are all fam anyway to me now. And from here on out, you will be, So thank you guys for watching. I have a ton of new stuff coming out. I know I feel like that band's just like big things coming, but I really do have some really cool stuff coming up, doing some more merch stuff. So if you ever feel the need to support what I do, there's always a link in the bio to go pick up a shirt or something. It would mean the world to me if that was something you could do. Also, I will be posting the audio addiction bags at some point. I know some people have been asking me for them, so those will be released at some point. I've just been test running the one I have, and I gotta say, great for shows. So if you have seen me at a local show very recently, you already know you've seen it, but I absolutely love it. It came out awesome. But yeah, I'll be releasing those very soon, probably around my birthday, so make sure to keep posted on that. But genuinely, thank you guys. I know 7 years is not a milestone to most people, but considering this is going to be my 7th year doing this, my 30th birthday, and also the fact that we're hitting 500,000 views. Those are all really great milestones, and I feel like they need to be celebrated. So thank you guys. I legitimately would not be here without you guys. So I would just want to thank you guys for all the love, the support. You guys are amazing. I love you so much. So thank you for watching. If you made it through this whole thing, I just give you that extra love. So thank you guys for watching. And check out the interview later. It's going to be with the Inside Out. I love those guys. They're awesome. Guys and gals. Go check them out. And the Sleep Token reaction video will be up at that point as well, too. So keep a load out for that. And I don't know. More stuff to come. Of course. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this was not too low energy for you. But I do appreciate you spending the time with me. So thank you for watching. Love you guys infinitely, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Peace.